Shalom, shalom, brothers and sisters. Welcome back to Rooted in Hebrew. Today is the 14th of April. Same old drama, just a different day. That's where we at. Seeing things that's happening in real time. And at the same time, we must maintain our due diligence to what we're seeing, to what we're understanding. Eventually, it's turned up already. It's turned up. These are not the days of, let's just say, it seemed like 2019 was just yesterday. And you look at now, 2025. You have a presidency that is pushing their agenda. You have the world that's pushing an agenda. And truthfully, I'm seeing a setup. I'm seeing on top of the setup, there's a lot of hatred, not towards this nation. The world is upset because, hey, you changing things to which they was in the likings of it, and now, as in the book of Obadiah, there's a setup that is on the way. You have these European lands that is not sitting well with what this country is doing. But when you look at the country, you understand the reason why they're doing what they do, because not necessarily understand, but if you've been a privileged nation for hundreds of years, it's difficult to let that go. It's difficult for this nation to let these things go, period. What? You think slavery? This nation cannot let that go. They cannot. They go hold on to that. And for you all that don't believe that slavery still exists, get locked up, get caught up in the system. And the sad thing about the system is this: you don't necessarily have to do a crime to get that time. Shalom, sisters, yes. You do not have to do time to get into slavery. Think about our little brothers and sisters that are caught up in the system. Both parents may be, like, just say, on drugs. So they caught in the system. They going from house to house. And for you brothers and sisters that understands and that knows of what a lot of these kids go through, that's not that could be worse than prison. What some of these young kids go through. And now I'm just speaking about here in the United States. Let's take it a lot broader. Let's go to Africa. Those kids, some of them just living on the streets, and they're doing what they need to do to get by. If it means stealing, okay. They get hungry, what you think they're going to do with it if they don't have money? So slavery, yeah, it still exists. Captivity, yes. This nation and other nations do not want that to end. They've been trying to halt or put to a stop Ibrahim Traore. How many attempts he had on his life? Come on now. Think about that. This is what this world, this nation rather, it has its hands in everything. Everything. All right. What that brother is doing there, he is encouraging other nations to do likewise. That's the last thing they need. That's the last thing they need is for a person to be encouraging other nations. Hey, hop on this here. Let's do this here. We don't need the United States help because the help comes with a very heavy cost. And we all know that. They give you some trust and believe. Trust and believe. If they give you a dollar, they go rob you for $1.10 or $1.20. We seen that. We felt it. They first gave um, our sisters food stamps and a little cash, and then they told you can't have a man in the house. You cannot have a man in the house. That's their giving and taking away that they practice down to this very day. They practice that's down to this very day. We have that. We have the increase of foods. The price is just ridiculous. I'm hearing of more and more sisters with kids living out of their cars. Now, the good thing is about it is that the weather is starting to break. That's the good thing. But they still living in the vehicle. These women, they're going to do what they need to do to take care of their kids. If it means they got to ride around in the van, they go ride around in the van. But that woman should go keep her kids together because that's the nature of what we are in. These are the signs, brothers and sisters, that we should be looking at. Now, granted, for you brothers and sisters that may not be in a financial or in any type of crisis, for us to be paying attention, that applies to that applies to all of us across the board. Because one day you can have it, and the next it can be gone. Period. And usually, when things are going good for people, as some may say, unfortunately, that's a difficult thing for people to understand how another person is living, unless that person went through it, they experienced it. Outside of it, if you never experienced it, you cannot relate at all. Only thing that you may get is this. The only thing that you're going to understand is the fact that they're going to understand, hey, you just need to get over it. And you may run up on some brothers, on some brothers rather, and they can say, hey, I pulled myself up by my bootstrap. This is what they say. And they expect you to do the same thing because they did it. Not understanding, we all got different gifts. We all have different gifts of how we move, how we rise. And everybody tend to take the way they did it is the best way, and there is no flaws in the way they came up. That's crazy. Because we all have different gifts. But this is the system, that leads back to other signs. And we just got to be mindful of what we're seeing. Truthfully. That's what we have to be mindful of. And if we're not mindful of that, hey, we may find ourselves stepping into a judgmental type like attitude when it comes to our brothers and sisters. That's what we can find ourselves going down that dangerous path. And I have seen some brothers, they come down hard on other brothers and sisters. They do. They come down hard. Now, mind you, now let's not misunderstand what I'm saying. I'm not saying you just take care of your brother. No, your brother got to need he or she, they got to learn how to take care of themselves and work at the same time. You do your best to lift your brothers and sisters up. Now, how they take that lifting, that remains to be seen. Because usually, I mean, I ain't gonna say usually, a grateful person, what do he does? He or she does. They learn from it, they apply it, make a living off of it. And then when somebody else, when they run up on that same person that went through what they went through, they are quick to help, to encourage. That's what a true brother or sister would do. They quick about helping. But if you look at this world, brothers and sisters, and you're paying attention to the signs, the world is this is the most selfish world ever. Now they'll put up a front. They will put up a front and act as if I'm your best friend, and can be the devil himself. These are the things we need to be paying attention to. These are those signs. And unfortunately, like I said, what was it, last week, some of the people that you maybe need to look out for, maybe people that look just like you, can look just like you, and will shank you in your back, your side. But these are the signs that we need to be looking for. This is one of the most selfish times in history. People are trying to get what they can get. They talking about a world collapse. They're talking about bringing in a beast system. What else? They're talking about a war, World War III. The anguish of nation, we included in that. These are all the things that we have to look at, brothers. While in captivity, this is what we got to contend with this. Although we get up on a, daily basis, y'all willing, we get up, we go to work, we pay bills, take care of our families. Brothers and sisters, one day that is going to change. It's going to change. This world, this captivity rather, is a stumbling block for us. Because I'm gonna say it this way. Don't get me wrong, the brothers and sisters, they do the same thing we do here. They get up, go to work. Some of them go to work. It's unemployment, brothers and sisters. Ooh, you get a job, you may be there on that job for a lifetime in Africa. Of course, it's just the jobs they're not plentiful, and that's by design. That is by design. Now, how the Most High allowed us to move in this country the way we did, you got to give him glory. Shalom, Sister Yvonne Daniels. You got to give him glory, because now, truthfully, brothers and sisters, if you look at all of us that went to the four corners of this earth, The Most High gave us gave us the ability, well, to fight, uh, to keep pressing forward. Although we did not understand why we kept pressing forward, because we still oppressed. Our forefathers went through some things, and they got themselves involved in some things that is not advantageous right down to this very day. But at that particular time, not knowing who you are, they felt, hey, we need to be part of this organization. We need to form our own temple, messianic temple. We didn't know. I mean, and this is just not no excuse, brothers and sisters. It's not an excuse. But once the Most High woke us up, we started to realize who we are. We started questioning. Oh, wait, no, let me stop that line. We didn't question it. We knew what it was about. These divine nine and things of that nature. We wanted to be educated. The devil knew exactly what he was doing. Keep these people in the dark. Shalom, Sister Zenobia. Keep them in the dark. Restrain them from getting education. Before that, it is against the law for these Negroes to read any book. This is how the intensity of the devil, what he used against us. And you go tell me, and I'm talking to any other black out there, that we are not that people. We are not these people. Why was it so important that we should not know how to read? These signs started way back then, brothers. We just weren't paying attention. They fought, and they continue to fight. But you got to recognize that they're getting weak. Every little moment, they're getting weaker. Think about it now. Yes, our forefathers came here on the ships and everything against their will. And they did what they wanted to do to Israel. They did. We got tired of being manhandled. We started fighting back. Oh, what's that brother's name? What was his name? They made a movie about Birth of a Nation. What was the name of that movie? The brother, I forgot the name of it, but he started fighting back. But when they caught him, they didn't catch him. Matter of fact, they did not catch him. He turned himself in. I got this brother name on the tip of my tongue. Ain't that something? But anyway, he fought back. Nate Turner. Thanks, brother Dave. Nate Turner. Frustration, brothers. Frustration. What moved him? Frustration. What makes you think, brothers, that we are not going to be frustrated as this is? We're going to get frustrated. We are one of the nations that are anguish. It's part of the last days. We're fighting, and when it's just not us, brothers and sisters, it's not just us. You got brothers and sisters on the continent saying the same thing we've been saying for hundreds of years. Why black people can't work together? Why can't we come together? Brothers, that's the Most High that's putting it out there. And for those that's going to work diligently on doing their part as a nation, they're going to do it. They're going to do it. And they're doing it. And they go to, you're going to have your bump bruises and go take some L's because that hatred and that stumbling block is going to always be there. Why is it that the devil and his minions are fighting to keep us in this position to which we are living in right now? Majority of black people, you go out there and it's easy for them to get a car. That's a bad debt. But let them go out there and talk about buying a house. Oh, wait a minute, hold on. Now you're going down the wrong track. Why don't you get you a car first or you pay this high interest first? And you have brothers and sisters went out there and did it. I mean, paying or 25% interest on a vehicle. But this is what the system has set up to keep you down. Why is it necessary to keep you down? I'm going to say this, black people. Why is it necessary? And I'm just only speaking about 40 to 50 million African Americans. They're keeping all the other brothers and sisters down just as much. But why you? Why you being in captivity in a nation that is not yours, a language that you did not understand? Why do they deem it necessary to continue to hinder you, us? They are losing power. They are literally losing power. Look at it, brothers. Don't get me wrong. Our brothers and sisters, they fought. They endured church bombings. What was it? Black Wall Street. But the moment they think they got us is when they realize they do not. They don't have us. We continue to press forward. And at the same time, we're seeing their system to which they orchestrated, that they changed. What? They would change a law at the drop of a dime. If they feel, we could do a tax law that's going to benefit white people. But about time we understand what they're doing, we hop onto it. And the moment that we hop onto it, they come and change the law. Because we come in, we see it, understand it, and we work it. We work it to the best of our ability. They can't take that. They cannot take it. Now you're seeing a threat to their kingdom. And now the only ones that's going to understand what I just said is going to be the whites or the callers of this system. They're not worried about money like the rest of the majority of people are. Money is a tool that they use against people, mainly against us. That's what they do. But now you're seeing, we seeing. Well, when it's all over, says Yvonne, that's one of the things that holds us down. And see now, I'm gonna put it to you like this, Sister Yvonne. Shalom, Sister Patricia. I'm glad you was able to make it in, sis. When it comes to that Torah, and see, this is my gripe, not with the Torah, but with religion. They know, hey, we get these people in religion. When they worship, They worship hard. They know that. They know this about us. They know we get into any religion, Islam, Christianity, we go in deep. We go in deep. But at the same time, the Most High said, my people are destroyed due to a lack of knowledge. That right there has meat on it. That scripture. And you're right, Sister Yvonne. The more that we are disobedient to the Torah, captivity is like 2 diamond rings in our ears. That's what it's going to be. And that's what it is right down to this very day. But at the same time, it would lead you to ask this question. The scriptures clearly states that Hashatan has deceived the entire inhabited earth. That's including unawoken Israelites. That's what that includes. So the question is this: when? When is there? It seems there's a shift that's happening right now, brothers and sisters. When it's off the top, that is already happening. There's a shift. We understand and we see this. We know for a fact that brothers and sisters are wakening up. We just want it. We want a whole lot more to awaken. Because the more that awakens, the better off our position will be. Period. Now, granted, until we are taken away from the face of the devil, we will always be in captivity. We will always be in captivity. We need, and like what you said, Sister Yvonne, it's the Torah. The more we start to believe in it, we start to read it, because truthfully, all brothers are supposed to read the first 5 books. We supposed to have that's supposed to be embedded in us. That's how much we're supposed to be reading it. But this in captivity, you're going to be hindered. About time you get ready to sit down and say you're going to read your Bible with your family, you didn't fell asleep on the sofa or behind the dining, sitting in his chair, because you don't wore yourself out going to provide for your family. This is captivity. This is a stumbling block for us. The devil knows exactly what he needed to do to put us into this category where we are right now. And he has been doing it faithfully. But he's getting weak. He's getting weak. Brothers and sisters keep on complaining about this and complaining about that. And they keep on. The complaints is not always a bad thing, brothers and sisters. No, it's not. Because the more you can complain or you fight against, and you know for a fact you're fighting against something that is not right. The fact that you're fighting, and you may not win at that particular time, but here come another generation of people, your brothers and sisters, and they continue in that fight. What's happening? They're getting weaker. They are literally getting weaker. We've seen an anguish of nation. What we go through, brothers and sisters, here when it comes to policemen and it's racial profiling, it's happening right down to this very day, whether it's here in the United States or it is in London, France, you name it. If we are there, it's happening. It's happening. Morocco. I was there in Morocco. I went to Morocco to visit. Stayed there a little bit over a week. Brothers and sisters, I mean, those people act just like they do here in the United States. And the only thing different about, well, I ain't gonna say different because those are brothers and sisters there. Um, they are a bona fide trip. Here in the United States, people just don't walk in front of you to get service. They just don't break line. There, you African, black, they do. Their respect for women. And now this is the thing about that. Shalom, Sister Hazel. These people, and from what I have noticed, they're a trip. Now, if you talk about the Arabs here in the United States, they know for a fact they know not to break in front of a African American. They know they go catch something. They know this, and the thing about it is, they know it there also. When we was in the mall in Morocco, and this is COVID didn't die down, but you had to wear the mask. Brothers, let me tell you something. They had so many black cab drivers pulled over, and they was writing them tickets because they did not have their mask on while they was driving in the car by themselves. I could not believe it. You walking in the mall, you got to keep your mask on. But if you Arab, they walking around with no mask on. But you black, you got to have it on. If you, I just wish I could have made a video to show that brothers and sisters walking around with the mask. You know, back in the day, they used to walk. I mean, you know, we had when you had your mask, you weren't wearing it, you put it around your wrist, and it's, you know, and things of that nature. That's how the brothers and sisters walking around with them. You know, it was like it was jewelry. They wanted to breathe a little bit, they take it off, and then the security guard come right back and tell them, hey, if you don't put your mask back on, they go give you a ticket. This is global, brothers. This movement, whether we realizing it or not, that we're walking in, it is an absolute movement. There is a change, there is a shift that's happening to which they can no longer control. Now they can sit up here and say, yeah, we can do this here, we can do that there. Kick rocks. Shalom, Sister Kathy. They can sit up here and say that, and they can believe it all. They can believe that until they blue in the face. But they are literally weakening. They're trying their best to bring back their glory days. Their glory days. They're trying to bring them back. But now, at the same time, when they're trying to bring back their glory days, you got nations out here looking into things and asking questions. They said these African Americans are more than just African Americans. You got nations out here speaking these things. They're speaking up for us at the same time. Who are these people that we holding? You have these politicians. They're speaking out against a lot of things. It ain't just what we went through. It's what they may be putting on other people. But who's the one who are the people that stands for other people? We've been doing it for years. We have been doing it for years. And then at the same time, the scriptures clearly states that nations would advance in front of us. Yeah. hmm We'll go out there and we'll help them out. I remember when I was a child, uh, watching these like 70s movies and things. And for you all that that knows it, you seen these back in the 70s. Um, Black people was always doing karate, and there was always some. There was like a connection between the Asians and the African Americans at that particular time. They always had them, movies, um, doing some karate thing or whatever. That's what they was doing. So eventually, what did they move? They moved on. Puerto Ricans came onto the scene. Hey, Black people seeing how they was being treated. Black people spoke up. We started our change, brothers and sisters, years ago. We was not woke, but the change was in the works. Now we woke up, we woke, and this awakening, along with the injustice that they have done, well, they continue to do it down to this very day. Now we coming into the spiritual side of it. We coming into the spiritual side of it. Because now we understand we understand the depth of our understanding is deeper than once before. Put it that way. That's what it is. We understand this is a very dangerous place to be living in. Off the top. Period. Very dangerous. And especially when you have a dangerous government. It is very dangerous. And then on top of that, this awakening of you, of us, is dangerous. What are you doing? You bring we there's a anger, there's a heat, a deep seated, heated anger that is brewing. That's what's happening. We're experiencing it. I'm saying, and now we don't want to be naive, brothers and sisters. Yeah, I seriously believe this nation, they really want a civil war. They're thinking that they're going to put things back in its proper place. Yes, sir. No, sir. No, we're not even trying to entertain that. We're not trying to do, we're not, that's one thing we're not trying to do. It is I'm seeing, like some brothers said, what was his brother said? He said it a while ago on Tell Your Ministry. They're going to force you out. Brothers and sisters, the forcing has already started. The forcing has already started. If it has to um, start with say, hey, you know what? All right, let's do the DEI. Let's get these blacks. I mean, although it backfired on them, they're going to continue to orchestrate any and everything to disrupt you and your faith, your motion, whatever, just to get you thrown off. This is what this system in which we're living in is doing. It's a very dangerous place to live in. It is. And I don't, man, brothers and sisters, you can be 70 years old. You still can get offended by a police officer. Don't get it twisted. When they see you, and this is them. They see that flesh, the skin, and everything that the Most High said that there's going to be an intense hatred. It's there. It still is. Now you think about that. Now think about that. And how many thousands of years the Most High said this, and we still seeing it. Now we are understanding it on a much greater level because of this awakening of His people. That's the beauty of that. We understand it a whole lot deeper because now we see, hey, this is the spiritual side of it. That's what we understand. Holding on by a thread, Sister Kathy. Hmm. I think you giving them a little bit too much credit because I seriously believe, sis. We go with a thread, but I tell you, it's what they got going on is this is going to be so detrimental. I don't think we can understand the gravity of it. Truthfully, I don't think we understand just how in depth of this destruction. Because truthfully, brothers and sisters, I work in communications. Those 15-minute cities is real. It's real. Um, Hunkering down on communications, I'm telling you, they doing that right as we speak. To bring in a beast system, all they got it. They working it. They thinking they're scientists, and they got it down to a science. This is what they're thinking now. This is what they're doing. You're talking about 500 billion for AI. Now you think about that for a moment. Now China, they said, China has already have that system up and running. They should have that system up and running. They should. You know why? United States kept on buying everything from them. They should. They hey, and then you still find yourself in debt to them. They should have had AI up and running. Now it would appear that this country's in a mad dash to compete with China. Truthfully, I think you're a tad bit too late. I'm serious. Mm, mm, mm. This is where we at. We are me, myself, brothers and sisters. No, I know this is a very dangerous place. I mean, there could be fear that we all can be having because we know how dangerous this place can be. The policemen, they just probe around in our neighborhoods, looking at a displaced people, seeing a drug infested neighborhood, and now why are these policemen riding around? All they doing is placing judgment. Oh, how can they live like this? And then they maintaining the anger. I can't stand them. This is what they're doing. Now they go back to their jobs and they talking to their buddies. And this is what they talking about. We are always in front of them, even when in their sleep, when they get up, they move about. We're always in front of them. This is what's happening. You want to talk about hatred, brothers? Please. We feeling it. And but Frustration kicks in. We tired of it. And the Most High knows it, brothers. He knows it. He knows that this is it's tiresome. But he has to teach us a lesson of why we have to be. It's going to always lead back to it, brothers. We got to separate ourselves from the nations. If this is how deep, if this is how low that we got to go, people, that we should not be mingling with the nation. If he had to teach, so be it. But this is his love. Now we can sit up here and think otherwise individually, thinking that, hey, this is kind of harsh on a people. If the Most High said he loves Israel, and only a loving father will chastise his son because he wants his son to be well equipped for life. He do not want to give him no Mickey Mouse dream. That's one thing he don't want to give him. He don't want to give him the false sense of security that the nations has. That's what they live on. That's it. And they holding on tight to that. You think that they're getting themselves prepared for slavery? No. Matter of fact, they're thinking about slavery like this. Man, I really don't want to be in black people's shoes. No. What they did, what my forefathers did to them, I can only imagine the payback. That's what they think. That's what they think. And so now, and the reason why I say this is the way they think, brothers, because I mean, history shows it. When things do not go their way, what happens? When they lose their money, their family them fell apart, they lost their money, they lost their material items. What's the next thing that Gentiles do? They jump out of a window. Jump out of a window or end up with lead poisoning. I mean, yeah. Shalom, Sister Linda Cross. And you're right, Sister Kathy. I mean, hold down, let me do it this way. I think we are right at this. We're right here. We're right here. The Most High knows his discipline, and he knows why he is disciplining us. Along with this discipline, we woke up. Now we understand why we going through what we going through. We do. Now, sis, unleash truthfully. Oh, wait. Ooh. It's not going to be nothing nice when the Most High do just flat out, you know what? This is enough. My people, it's time for them to go into the wilderness. That right there, brothers and sisters, that right there. Us leaving. It's going to start everything else. Everything else is going to take place. Let us leave. The moment we leave, no, I'm quite sure the world will be like, these people went home. Never before in history have any other nation or the world has undertook a massive exodus. Now, there's some brothers and sisters that they don't believe it's going to take some years and what. I don't believe that, brothers. I don't. I do not believe it's going to take uh, some years for us to be back on. The Most High knows exactly how to move. He's not somebody that you could say he's what's the word when people do the same thing over and over? What is that called? Not complacent. Um, Predictable. The Most High is not predictable, and we thinking that we could put predictable on the Most High. That's the thing that blows me away. We think, oh, the Most High won't do nothing like that, and so on, so. Hey, I mean, boy, hey, the Most High kept the sun still while Joshua was fighting. Joshua asked the Most High to keep the sun in the sky so they can finish defeating those people. So for us to put limitations on the Most High, brothers and sisters, that's something we should not do. I seriously believe once the Most High said it's time, because Yahushua said it, he's going to give his command to his angels to go and collect his people, to which he has scattered to the four corners of the earth. And bro, I mean, with that right there, brothers and sisters, with that little, let's just call it a simple scripture. Let's call it a simple scripture. And for those that's in religion, and then for those that understand history, read the history along with the scriptures and find out who are these people that were scattered to the four corners of the earth. And then you be like, well, you have the history, you have biblical history that speaks about a particular people, but we are that's stuck in religion. I tell you, brothers, you can have it in black and white, but that spirit, that wicked spirit, that what do they call that spell is deep. That spell is deep. That spell is very deep. I tell you. And it is, I mean, brothers, sisters, you brothers and sisters, woke. Consider it a privilege. I'm serious when I tell you this, brothers. It is an absolute privilege. Now, you may have some brothers and sisters that don't like don't like the nation. They may call them dogs. Well, I'm gonna say it this way. The scriptures do say, do not give what is holy to dogs. That's what the scripture said. Don't get mad at me. Don't get mad at me. I tell you, we are those people. We're those ones. And why? And this the most high can do what he want to do. And he's going to do it the way he know it should be done. If this is the first wave of the awakening, so be it. And if the other awakening has to be something that other Negroes got to see, when I say other Negroes, I'm going to tell you the reason why I say that. I'm talking about the stiff-necked ones, the ones who have the scriptures right in front of them, that's in black and white. Until the Most High takes that spell off of them, they will never see. They may get burnt a little bit because they was so bent upon being part of Babylon. Yeah, they're gonna get burnt. But when you get burned, you get that scar, you never forget where you got that scar from. You never forget. You get a scar, you gonna know it. That's gonna be a historical sign on your body. Or you go nearby have the time, the date, of what that scar came from and what you did to get that scar. Yeah, the joke's gonna be on them, Brother Dave. Brother Earl, shalom. It's going to be. And it's right, it's happening right now. Brothers, when I tell you that the times has changed, I'm serious. Things are happening. They can sit here and walk about, do and as if ain't nothing changed. But the powers that be, they know, no. They know what's happening. The powers that be know what's happening. They're seeing. They're brothers. Just give you a good example. Why? Um, I can't pronounce it. The original name for Africa, Akabula or something like that. Brothers, that's gaining. It's gaining strength now. These brothers are trying to go back to the original naming of that land. Why? Lake Victoria. Brothers, they looking at it now. No, nation. I'm talking about the African continent. They know what these Gentiles came in and did. They are righting a wrong that they brought on. They're claiming their land back. Now, with all of the negativity, with all the scammers, you still cannot stop the Most High for what he's going to do with his people. That's one thing that's just not going to happen. It's not going, they're not going to stop it. And with this exodus and with this captivity and brothers and sisters, and this is the thing I can say, it can be very, what's the word? Frustrating. I'm gonna say it for myself. When you like the Passover, I've seen one brother say he's celebrating it on the April 1st, or what they call. And I'm just trying to get understanding because they talk about the Hebrew calendar starts somewhere in between March and April. And that's the thing that can be frustrating for us because we're in captivity. We're trying to understand it. We're trying to get our laws. We're trying to get our the regulations that with the things that we're supposed to celebrate. We're trying to get these things on point when it comes to the Most High. And that's the beauty of it, brothers and sisters. When you do that, when you really understand who you are and use these laws apply to me. We know this. We know for a fact, oh, we can't eat this. We can't eat that. That's one thing we know. Now the nations, they can eat it and get away with it. It's not a sin for them. It is not a sin for them to do those things. But for us, man, please, it is a sin. Why? Because we are a set apart people. We are set apart. Now, if you don't want to be set apart, you're going to continue to eat pork. You're going to continue you're not supposed to do. And you're going to suffer from it too. Who was that? I think it was Sister Yvonne that said it. They want to keep us in sin and keep us away from the Torah. That's what they want. And this is what's happening. Because what? If you got I've seen Christian preachers, and the majority of them they overweight, and the majority of them they love pork, and for the vast majority of them, they always die having a heart attack or a stroke. And the doctors be the first one to tell them you need to cut back on your pork. They tell them. You got these doctors, Gentiles, telling them what they need to cut back on. But these are the same individuals that will get there and preach that these laws that is meant for Sister Zenobia, Brother Earl, Brother Dave, myself, those laws are done away with. The same. And so, with that lack of knowledge or that twisted understanding of knowledge, it's costing brothers and sisters their lives. They'll stand right over a piece of pork and pray over it and demolish it. And don't you dare speak up and say, you're not supposed to be eating that. Oh no, the scripture says this and so and so, so and so. Brothers and sisters, when you have a vast majority of people saying the same thing that's going against the scriptures, that right there is a telltale sign. You need to sit back and examine some things. It's not going to kill anyone to sit back and just examine and to find out whether this is true or not. Now, but if you look at it, brothers and sisters, and I've heard a lot of brothers, and I heard some sisters too. They said, Mike, you kind of remind me of Muslim people, Islamic. I was like, well, I mean, I got kind of offended. I'm like, why do I remind you of Islamic? The way you conduct yourself. I was like, wait a minute, hold on. What do you mean? And so these brothers and sisters were saying, it's like you say you Hebrew, but at the same time you live your life like Islamic. You don't eat pork and all that. I like, hold on. I did. I stopped them. I said, And this is the sad thing about this, brothers. They think that Islamic was out before the Bible. We was there first. Period. And so I had to bring it back. I said, man, what do y'all think Islam comes from? I said, Islam comes from the Catholic religion. When I got through breaking it down, they was like, dude, are you joking? I said, man, there's the history. Here's the history. I said, so now, all they did, they went in, took my book, our book, and they divided our book up, and they took on our dietary laws, and then now from our rest day, instead of it being on the 7th day, they made theirs on the 6th day. Christendom made it on the 1st day. That's all they did. And once I broke that down to them, I said, now, it's them that's pretending to try to be like us. Now, for the other people, they're on a whole different plateau. They're a synagogue of Satan. And that's how I laid it down. But no, we are way much more than any religion. Because we're not a religion. We are a people of Yah. That's who we are. Whether you want to believe that or not, if that bloodline is in you and you don't want to believe it, so be it. Be Esau. Be Esau. Turn around, and all you're gonna do is find yourself crying because you know you made a very, I ain't gonna say stupid, you're gonna say a dumb mistake. Hold on for a moment, Brother Earl. Hold on. Do it this way. Oh, wait a minute. There you go. I see Jay told the state Israel they are no longer a sovereign. Ooh. Brother Earl, are you joking me? When did they do this? When did they say this? Wow. I mean, that's a bold statement, Brother Earl. That is a very strong statement for the world to, who, man, hold on, no longer a sovereign. And they have to leave the land because they are not real Jews. I am just, wait a minute, Brother Earl. Who are the people that sitting in the ICJ? Whoa, that's bold, brother. That is a bold, ooh, that's a bold statement. That is a very, oh man, that's, mm. Hey, I'm gonna say it like this, Brother Earl. The last man that said something like that had power was that Egyptian president back in the 50s, I believe. And a year later, they took his life. I want to see what these people that's sitting on the ICJ, and how these people now they gonna be upset because when they just say, hey, they are not the real Jews. Wow, man, I mean, good night. But now, brothers and sisters, now just what Brother Earl just showed. This is what I'm talking about. These people are speaking up and saying things, and they're putting it out there to the world. They are putting it out there to the world and letting the world know, hey, these people are not real. These are not Jews. The Ukrainians, the Russians. They're saying it. Who was that? Iran did the same thing. Russia. Now you have the ICJ. Brothers, just like Sister Kathy said, this country is hanging on by a thread. Of course, now these things, and when brothers and sisters say on their channels, this is all about you, Israel. This is absolutely about you. It is absolutely about you. Well, you may think it, oh, they talking about some dollars and cents. You gonna be involved in it. Let me see, bro. I tell you, I'm gonna do it this way, brother. Let me just do it. Let me do it this way. I'm gonna post my there you go. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, Lucy, come on, man. Okay. I just post my email me first, Brother Earl. Email me. And then brothers, that's Brother Earl, that's pretty deep. That's pretty deep. Now I did not know that. And don't get me wrong, but it's because in the last week or two I've been going through some training. And so now I don't like working nights. I don't. Brothers and sisters, I hallucinate too bad if I don't get no sleep. But I took it on, and it allows me to, to get up in the morning to do these lives, which is cool because I'm working on some other things outside of what I do. So it gives me that time to get behind my laptop and do what I need to do to get things set up. And so it's working out okay in things, but that's what's going on right now. And that's what this is one of the reasons why, especially last week, I wasn't doing anything because they had me in training. But now the training is over with. Now I'm out in the field doing what I need to do and things of that nature. But at the same time, I'm still seeing a world that is collapsing, a system rather. I'm seeing a system collapsing right there in front of their face. Brothers and sisters, now I'll tell you this. You don't. I mean, in the last couple of days, a few days, you haven't seen Trump has lost what? His spunk. At one time, he was the talk of the internet. You don't find him. No, you do not see him out there like that. Here and there, here and there, not as much. The world is speaking up. The world is complaining. Now the world is complaining. The beast system trying to get its bearings, trying to get itself on on a whole different plateau. That's what it's looking at. But truthfully, brothers and sisters, this is what I'm seeing now. I could be wrong now. This is just what I'm seeing. They know how we speak up when we see flat out injustice. That's one thing we do. Now, what's going to move these people to start to see this light that we already have that they just flat out can't see right now? They can't see it. But something is going to move them. Something is going to move them. Okay, that'll work, Brother Earl. Yeah, you can do it once you get off work. Something is going to move them to recognize who we are. I mean, and like what Brother Earl said, I mean, what he stated, ICJ saying what they said, brothers and sisters, it's gaining strength. It's gaining strength. All of this distraction talking about what's going on in Africa and African American, brothers, that is just a distraction. Africa is too big to say we got major problems. It's just flat out too big. You can, brother, you can move to Africa, brothers and sisters, on the outskirts. You be fine. Man, am I on a planet all by myself? It's when you're in the city, and I'm not discouraging anyone to go, from going to the city. But me and snakes can't get along. Yeah, that's just me now. I do not like snakes. It's post-traumatic stress syndrome. When the Israelites was complaining against Moses, and the Most High brought in all those serpents, I'm still suffering from that, brother. It's a bloodline thing. No, I'm just being funny, but no, I do not like snakes. I do not. But we have, brothers and sisters, we have so much in front of us. So much. To see a system, well, truthfully, to see a nation that we built under duress. And then the Most High says time for his people to go back home. And your brothers and sisters, I'm going to say it again, and we'll see it. And you're going to have people that's going to talk about it. And that's all they're going to do. And the people that's going to talk about it, they're not going to have a scriptures to stand on. They're not. And because they're speaking to a particular audience who is not biblically trained, who is not biblical sound. So it's for them. The people that want that drama, that's what the complaints are going to be meant for. When a person speaks about a flea, and then it's the word that comes behind it, doctrine. Now, you can let that get up under your skin if you want to. That's going to be your choice. You can call me fleeing. You can call me jetting. You can call it Audi 5000. I don't care. The moment I get it ready, get set, I'm gone. Call it fleeing. All right, it's fine. Who go talk about it? That's your business. Talk about it until you get blue in the face. This is a person's decision what they want to do. And it's going to get to a point where whether you want to go or not, you're going to go because the scripture says it. The scripture says it. Now, you can get upset. I don't want to go to Africa. I don't. The Most High was like, man, I don't care what you don't want to do. But trust and believe. You keep on going down that route, you ain't going to be here anyway. You will not be passing up under my rod. So, get over there and realign your line of thinking. Those ain't going to be playing with us. No. He's not. That's one thing he's not going to do. We come out of captivity, we saying this stuff, we thinking we thinking now, falling in love with a system. I got a nice car, I got a nice house, and things of that nature, all that, man, you're still in captivity. And that's what got our forefathers in troubles. They thought they was missing something out of Egypt when they, got up out of Egypt. But when they was getting slapped around, whipped, and all that, they wanted to get up out of that. Then you go, all of a sudden you go into a wilderness, and now mind you, instead of our forefathers being thankful for the position of not being in captivity, they turned their nose up at the Most High. The same thing is going to happen with some of us. We're going to sit there and turn up our nose and say we want Burger King. We want McDonald's back. We had all beef patty with bacon on it. We want to go back to that. Brothers, trust and believe that same type of nonsense it's on the horizon. They're going to choose, some of our brothers and sisters are going to choose the lie over the truth. They're going to choose Satan's system. Shalom's Vicky D. They're going to choose it. They are literally going to choose it. Right now, in time, we going to have the same opportunities that Esau had, the same opportunities that Adam and Eve had, the same opportunities that our forefathers that came out of Egypt had. We're going to have all of them. We're going to have every last one of those position posed to us. And then, so now this is going to cut out, man, what was Adam and Eve thinking about? Man, what was the Israelites thinking about when they coming out of Egypt? Who was the other one I was saying? Adam and Eve. Esau. What was he thinking about? Because he was hungry. He sold his birthright for soup. Brothers and sisters, the same thing is happening right now. You got brothers here saying that this is the promised land. I have yet to see any scriptures to uphold that. They see a city that the Gentiles named Jerusalem. And it's stated, when did Jerusalem of the United States become a state? 1900. But they do not have proof. Yes, they had been, Sister Yvonne, yeah, a lot of them. I mean, granted, sister, the Most High did say he spoiled us. He did. He did say he spoiled us. And so, along with that, we got to go through a cleansing. And this is just me. I'm thinking that that's the whole purpose of the wilderness. Along with this awakening, and for those that chooses to make changes while we are waiting for the wilderness, to go into the wilderness. Because this wilderness, brothers and sisters, it's not what we think it is. With shoes on your feet looking like you are strong and hungry and everything. No, I don't see that. And I seriously believe it's going to be a mindset. Shalom, Sister Cynthia. That's how I'm looking at it. And what we may think, brothers and sisters, is a bad thing. Shalom, we got next. I don't think I'm not seeing it like that. I mean, granted, brothers and sisters, there are some things, and I know I heard some brothers sit up and say, "No, I'm not thinking about moving to Africa right now because it's not built up." I was like, "What do you mean it's not built up?" They don't have running water. They got running water. It all depends on how you get your water to run. You know, they're not built up like the United States. See, we already have a problem already, brothers and sisters. And the sad thing about it is we're not even in the wilderness yet. So you already see that we got issues already with some individuals. See, now that's the thing. We already have issues because they're comparing the so-called place Africa with where they're living at now. And so why would I give up this life that is full of technology and everything to go to a third world country? That's the thing that's going to be damaging to a lot of our brothers and sisters. That's the thing. That's going to be that one. Now, you may see brothers and sisters just walking down the street, minding their business, and they just drop dead. That's in the wilderness, brothers. That mindset, brothers, and where we are at. This stuff is just a facade. That's all it is. Brothers and sisters, why do you think so many homes are blowing up out of the clear blue sky? The piping in the ground is old. The gas pipes, they're over 100 years old. Communication, those lines that's up under the ground for these telephones, that stuff is over 100 years old. Think if they really wanted to pull new cables for it, you're talking about trillions of dollars that this country will put itself in if it undertook that. They did not maintain the structure of this country. They didn't. The moment they got money, and they talk about us, the moment they got money, they spent it. Yeah. Hey, brother, we got next. I worked at AT&T also. I was in that manhole, cutting cable, repairing lines, circuits. Yeah. That stuff is old. It's over 100 years old. And you talking about trying to maintain that stuff. Whew, brothers and sisters, we got next, he knows. If you go look for a pair of wires, especially a circuit, you got to put a tone on it to find it. Then you got to, if it's wet, you got to dry the stuff out and things of that nature so it'll go back working again. But this is what we saying we won't. The world is not showing you. The West is not showing you the muddy part of its construction, the unmaintenance side of the place. They want to show you all the beautiful things. They want to show you where they got the grass laid down on the lawn, but they ain't telling you what's up under that dirt or what's up under that grass. They're not telling you that. Matter of fact, they got so bold with it. They're giving you food that you think is food. It's more so chemical. But they can tweak it to make it taste like this or that and want you to be satisfied. Now, if you have a child and your child end up having 4 arms, you got to ask yourself, where's all this stuff coming from? Where are all these deformities coming from? That's what you got to ask yourself. This is what the world has put out. This is what we think, or some of us are going to be fighting for. Satan's system. If you want his system, you're going to die with it. It's just going to be that simple. If you want his system, you're going to die. And what's so sad about it is this, brothers, is when we are in that wilderness, the devil's still going to be living. But you're going to be choosing his system while he's still living. You dead and gone because of what you want. And what you think the Most High is going to be like, let me see. He's going to be patient. Yeah, he's going to be patient enough. He knows exactly the inclination of a man's heart. We can't sit up here and think we're going to fool the Most High. That just flat out is not going to happen. We should be getting ourselves spiritually nourished to take these things on. And you got to have a mindset, truthfully, to want this. You got to have a mindset of wanting the Most High. Because when it's all over said and done, there's one thing that the devil cannot do. He can deceive you. He can't. The devil can't give you life. His life is dependent upon the Most High's. That right there, brothers and sisters. That right there. The devil can't come and save you. That's one thing he cannot do. That's a mindset that we should be maintaining. There's no life-giving power in the devil. Brothers, Esau proved that. Esau had more life in him than Satan's creation. He needed his blood in order for his creation to live a little bit longer. But it all came right back to the Most High. He is the source of life. So now, when we do make these decisions, brothers and sisters, like the scripture says, the Most High said, choose life so that you may continue to live. He is the life. He is the life. And outside of him, you are non-existent. Outside of him, you don't exist. The time is going to come where the devil and his demons, they will cease to exist. It's going to happen. They push too many buttons with the Most High. And he will do the same thing to his own people. If your heart is not correct, no, the Most High is not begging us. Well, let me take that lie back. He is begging us because he understands that we have been spoiled, we've been deceived, and then at the same time, your forefather said this about Yahusha, and this right here plunged you off into this 400-year captivity, and you are all those people. I just want you to come to appreciate me. I had to take you from here to put you there, to bring you out of that, and then to put you. Hold on just for a moment. I'm sorry. I'm back. So what I'm saying, brothers and sisters, is this: we got to continue to pay attention to what we're seeing, and just like what brother Earl, he said what the ICJ said. That's a very in depth. That right there can, I mean, that right there can knock some teeth out of somebody's mouth. When now the world is saying you're not even the real Jews. Why is the world getting upset at certain nations now? That anger is turning on the nation. This is what's happening, brothers. We have to pay attention to what's going on. We got to stay informed. I mean, and don't get me wrong. It's just like what Brother Earl said. We're not going to know everything individually. We're not. But when these brothers and sisters bring out and they got receipts to show it, brothers and sisters, please know that your deliverance is near. Don't let that sickness, brothers and sisters, don't let that sickness turn into a God. Don't let it turn into a God. You rely upon the Most High. You continue to pray to the Most High. If you got to fast when you sick, so be it. If you have that ability to do it, brothers and sisters, do the best that you can, and let the Most High bless the rest of it. When I say, brothers, the change is happening right now. It's happening. The world is saying we're seeing something different within this African American community. That's what the world is saying. That's what this nation is saying. They're about to start to see your light. That's what they're about to see. Wait a minute. Hold on. Okay. Brothers, I seriously believe that once the this stuff hit the fan, and I seriously believe they're going to use the world is this. I seriously believe that this country is going to get to a point where they're going to try one last ditch effort to cover up true history, true, and the only history that's going to um, the only true history that they need to cover up is going to be who you really are. So now they can sit there and talk about education and all that nonsense, um, taking down, black army men and all that stuff, history. Yeah, Trump is showing himself. That's that arrogance about them. What? They're going to do it. They got to make the people feel. In order to get the people all riled up, he got to show them, hey, I'm doing my part. What are you doing? That's what he's doing. I'm doing my part as president. What are you all doing? Are you there for me? That's what he's saying. That's what that's what his actions are doing. They're doing everything, brothers. They are destroying the earth. That's one thing they're doing, and they're doing it to a T. They want to when it's all over said and done, brothers and sisters, what they're trying to do is get rid of the Most High. That's all they're trying to do. If they had the ability to call, they said they're gonna make a spaceship, they would do it. AI is the closest thing I would say that to a spaceship that they're going to get. And they literally are thinking they're going to fight against the Most High. Because, hey, the Most High said that Satan, after his 1,000-year reign, he will gather them together and, wage war with the holy ones. Now, mind you, the scripture said that Hashatan will gather his people from the four corners of the earth. The four corners. Now, his people, not Israel. Israel, we all gonna be back on that continent. Period. That's where we're gonna be at. Living without walls. He's going to get his people geeked up to come against us. That's gonna be it for him. That's going to be it. But at the same time, brothers and sisters, we must start now in days to come. Let us not put ourselves on a plateau that, I can't live like this. I can't live like that. Oh no, I can't do that. Brothers and sisters, yes, you can. Well, tell me what you can't do. It's what you don't want to do. It's what you don't want to do. And the thing about it is this. We know that our forefathers built this place up, right? What makes you think that we can't build our home, our land up? This place here, truthfully, brothers and sisters, this is a test. That's all it is. This is a test nation. All right, we see that, well, we don't want to put these particular pipes. If we go do natural gas for cooking and whatever, we know not to put these pipes in the ground because they blowed up in the United States. How home just blowed up. After so long, they get to be so a certain age, bam, boom, they gone. You in that thing, you taking a shower and then kaboom. This, brothers, is a test base, but at the same time, this place is supposed to be worse than Sodom and Gomorrah. This is what the scripture says. So now, have your mindset, brothers, because the Most High said what the end result of this place is going to be. Let's not be longing for a nation that the Most High said this is going to be a wasteland. A wasteland. Only unclean birds and demons and everything will be at this particular place. I mean, truthfully, they're here. They're here. Demon activity, yeah, back in the days, brothers and sisters. Yeah, you're talking about Africa back in the days. But now, the system has gotten itself bucked up and got beside itself. Yes. Now, we're seeing what's going on. You're seeing a dying of a nation. The world, the title, world power, it's in the air now. It's in the air. Who's grabbing for it now? Is it Russia? Is it China? North Korea? Who's going to grab a hold to that mantle and say, hey, we're the world power now? Because right now it's not the United States. That was taken away from them around about COVID time. We, in this fight, is about us. That's what it boils down to being. In this fight, brothers and sisters, it's not no long, strenuous fight. This here is going to be that one. I would say, like I said, with the Exodus, we know that this is a very dangerous place we live. Truthfully, brothers and sisters. Truthfully, Shalom, Sister Monica. She's not in the chat. She just texted me. Um, wait a minute, hold on. You, Sister Yvonne, let me tell you, that's going to get deeper. That protesting, it's going to get a lot deeper. I mean, that thing for the 5th of what was that, the 5th of April? I haven't heard I haven't heard anything from it since then. Nothing. Where's the change? Mm-mm. But when it's all over said and done, brothers, when it's we're that generation that the Most High says who's going to witness this time of the end. We're not talking about grandkids and great grandkids. We're talking about people that are living now. People that experience this awakening. Things that the Most High said is going to happen. If you see my people over here, if playing golf was a part of the last days when it came to Yah's people, trust and believe, brothers and sisters, all of us be out there on that field playing golf. You're going to know what time of the end that you're in. The same thing is happening right now, brothers. Look at what the Most High is saying that his people will be doing. What things will be happening to his people? You're talking about Deuteronomy chapter 28. You're talking about Matthew chapter 24. You're talking about Luke chapter 21. What all Yah's people will be doing, you're going to know you go like, well, man, this can happen at any moment. Whether it's good or bad, it's going to happen. What's going to happen is that we're going to be doing something that's going to prove what time that we're living in. Whether it's good or bad, all we got to do is look at the signs, brothers. Look at the signs. You're going to know where you at. You know where you are standing. There will be no ifs, ands, or no buts about it. But, but Satan, the devil is always in the detail. He go find a but somewhere. Or no, he ain't gonna find. He go put a but. Shalom, Brother Avon and Astride. Please forgive me for messing up your name. These last days, that's what I keep contributed to. I tell you. But this is what we have, brothers. These are the things that we should be looking for. Brothers and sisters, when it's all over, you look for signs. You look for signs. Yeah, I mean, what, sis? The devil. He's stressed. He's stressed. You all seen I mean, some of you, I ain't gonna say you all, it's like I know it. But have you ever seen I was gonna say the Green Mile, but I can't use that one because he wasn't fearful. Have you ever seen a movie where a man he was on death row? Not the label, death row. His life is about to be taken. And if you are a person that's walking to a chamber where his life is about to be taken, yeah. You see how they fight and everything? They fight tooth and nail. They seeing these people walking them. Matter of fact, well, let's not even go with a movie. Let's do the reality of it. The 14-year-old brother that was executed over a false charge that he did something to some little white girl. 14 years old, they executed that brother. Can you imagine how he's fighting for his life? He's seeing that these people made a judgment call on his life to put him to death. The Most High gave us will to live. When these police officers put their foot on your neck and tell you stop resisting, but your body is saying You need to breathe. Your body is going to wrestle because it needs to breathe. This system, this captivity to which we are living in, brothers. This is the reason why I say it is very dangerous for us to live here. This is not a flea doctrine. This is scriptural. The Most High said, when you catch sight of these things, flee to the mountain. Flee to the mountain. Wherever your mountain may be, brothers and sisters, that's what the Most High told you to do. And then at the end of it, he says he's going to give a command out to his angels to gather his people from the four corners of the earth, to where he scattered them. This is a very dangerous place, brothers. Akabula. Yeah. Now that's the thing I like. And I tell you, brother, it's Sister Zenobia. Yeah. Stop resisting. Yeah. And later on, know the name already. The name of the Garden of Eden. Yeah. And I agree with you, Brother Avon, on that. I do. And this, you know what, now, Brother Avon, that's the beauty of it. See, all of this supposedly education that's put in the dungeon, that was put in the back, it's standing out now. It's coming out with a vengeance. It's coming out with a vengeance. Along with this awakening, all of this stuff is hitting them in the face. They don't like wokeness. The world do not like it. We woke. We ain't trying to go back to sleep. We're not. Although we gonna have our differences, while in this awakening, it still gonna serve its purpose. For those that's keeping on the watch, the ones who's watching out for the signs, yes, we gonna stay on point. We gonna understand. Hey, these brothers got out when they go on here, they doing these things here. What the scripture said they was gonna do it. Pay attention to what brothers and sisters are doing. Whether it's good or bad, you're gonna know exactly what time you're standing in. These are the last days in which we're living in. And they're not to be underestimated, because the day that you think that is not it, the Most High said that's when he's coming. That's when he's coming. Now, what this world is doing, being brazenly bold when it comes to immigration and things of that nature, okay. This nation is going to do what it's going to do, but trust and believe. They will get a backhand from the Most High that's going like, oh my goodness. I mean, they're going to think that their firstborn died. That's how they're going to be feeling. They don't understand. Well, I think they do understand to a degree. Things are changed now. They have literally changed. I'm seeing people getting accustomed. I'm talking about foreigners now. I'm seeing people getting themselves, foreigners getting accustomed. And it's sad because I talked to this Nigerian sister, and she was talking about and she liked where she working and things, all that, she loved it. But I told her, I said, you know what? I mean, is it me? I mean, are you putting faith in this system? But now, mind you, now she was listening to church. She was praising Jesus and everything. And I said, you do know that this system from what the scriptures say, is going to be destroyed. And do you know she rebuked me? She said, in the name of Jesus, that's not going to happen. I said, it's in the Bible. I say, matter of fact, it is that one you call in Jesus who said this was going to happen. No, Mike, you're wrong. You're wrong, Mike. You're wrong. You're wrong. I said, are you in love with the money that you're making here? That was my question. I questioned her on that. I see, this is what and brothers, when I say this is not no catch-22, but this is the one that can be misleading for brothers and sisters that's coming here as a foreigner. And they're starting to make money. That right there can be one of the worst case scenarios ever. That's the thing. I mean, what you say, brother? Now, hold down. Yeah, but this is what we got, brothers. This is what we have. This is what we contended with. We will have to keep our head on the swivel. We do. I'm not saying look for the bad in brothers. I'm not going to say that. But you got some that's not woke and that's living a particular lifestyle. And the Most High He has given us signs to look for in His own people in order for us to determine where we're at in the stream of time. We will have to fight to walk on water. Yeah, we heard it. We never seen it, but yet we believe. So if you have a belief on that, brothers and sisters, hold on to the belief, knowing that one day you or someone is going to walk on water. This is going to build up your spirit. And that's what we want. That's what we want. And I tell you, we're at that time, brothers. We're at that time. And the most powerful thing that this world can see, this is just me now, brothers. I will say it's going to be us leaving here on a scale that, the world to which the world never seen before. And I believe that the world will be recording this. It will make history. And they may call themselves, say, hey, we are righting a wrong. The world may say that. We took these people from the four corners of the earth. We know where they're located at. We go send them back home. That's just my line of thought, brothers and sisters. Keep your head on a swivel, Israel. These times in which we're living in, we all need to stay encouraged. We need to maintain prayer and to continue to encourage our brothers and sisters. We're seeing what's happening. The world is speaking out about the real Israel. That's what they're speaking about. Let them speak, because when it's all over said and done, they're going to give glory not just to us, it's going to the Most High, because the Most High said, I'm going to gather my people. If this is part of the gathering for the world to let other world leaders know, you're not those people. So be it. Let's just take that and we keep it moving. Yes, a lot of us have a difficult time of believing that we are those people in the Bible. And that hard time is demonically influenced. The world taught us that we were Gentiles. I believed it. I believed that I was a Gentile until I learned better. And when it comes to individual, and you could tell individual you're not a Gentile, they're gonna get upset at you. I done dealt with it before. Sister got highly upset at me when I told her she was not a Gentile. And she was a devout Christian, whole family. When I tell you she shut me off, she shut me off. And after so long, I started recognizing, let me just shut up. Let me just change this whole conversation. And that's what I did. And it's going to take the Most High to wake individuals up. And usually, I ain't going to say usually. And if it takes that the Most High got to burn them a little bit, so they're going to get burned. They're going to have that scar, but they're going to remember where they got the scar from. They're going to remember where they got that scar from. Do you think those brothers and sisters that lived through that, when the Most High called those snakes on them, that they did not realize, they look back and they see that scar from that snake bite that they didn't remember? Shoes, come on now. Yeah, they're going to remember. They're going to remember. Brothers and sisters, keep your head on the swivel. Be safe out there. And on that note, I will say, continue to pray for your brothers and sisters also. And let us continue to fight to maintain peace in a dying system and with a gathering of Israel to be put back in his and her own land. Shalom.